Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Make sure my mic's plugged in good. Sorry I was late. I was trying to get a video pulled up and I couldn't get it. Let me get over here to my live chat. Sapphire, Charlie Girl says, Cheryl Lynn, Lori, Stacks, Sapphire, Cindy, Cheryl Lynn, Alex V, Cheryl T, Misty Walker, Samara, Mike, good to see ya. Little Kelly, Patty Lynn, Gabby, Nika, Sunnyside. Good morning, everybody. Did y'all have a good weekend? I was going to do a chat yesterday evening, and Chloe's just not doing good. She's just coughing a lot, and so her and I just laid on the couch, and I gave Smokey a bath. That goat pic is too cute. I got that off the internet. Actually, I think that you can buy a t-shirt that has that on it. I love goats. So, guys, this morning we got a lot to talk about. Like, I have like a whole freaking list of topics. Let me see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 topics. I don't know if I'll get to all of them. I actually have something about Chris Watts, John Benet Ramsey, Jennifer Dulos, of course, Little Cash, Deanna Fuller, pregnant woman left to die by her boyfriend and his father. Then there was a Utah man that killed his wife because she said she was leaving him. Then there was a nursing student in New York stabbed to death 1 hour after calling 911. She had been stalked by her ex-boyfriend. Okay, and today marks the 2-year anniversary of Jennifer Dulos' disappearance. Hey Clancy, good morning. How are you doing? I can't believe it's been 2 years and they still can't find her body. We'll talk a little bit about that. But first, let's get to Cash Gernon's case. There was an article, a neighbor come forward. He checked his security cameras, and the weirdo that killed little Cash was on his security footage lurking outside of homes. It says, chilling video captured Cash Gernon's accused killer hovering outside the home where the 4-year-old was staying weeks before he allegedly abducted and stabbed the child to death. Okay, let's go down here and look at some of the... I couldn't get the video. That's the video I was trying to get. I read it and watched the video in the Daily Beast this morning. Then I went back to get it, and they want me to pay for their bull crap, and I'm just not going to do it. We can look at the pictures. All it shows him doing is spying. We'll read the article in just a minute. Let's look at some of these pictures. Video appears to show Darian Brown casing a home near where he is accused of abducting Cash Gernon weeks later. Okay. Gosh, that bedroom is like a freaking mess once you start looking at it. We're going to take a listen to the dad's statement again, too. You know what? His sister deleted her Facebook. Yeah, it's a good thing. I had the link to her Facebook and everything. I went back and it was gone. I got back in the Crime Online article where the video, where I first found the video, and it said video unavailable. So it's a good thing I put that up on the channel yesterday. Okay, let's read this. Darian Brown, 18, was arrested on May 16th, charged with the kidnapping of Cash, who was found dead in a Dallas street the day before. Police said Cash had been snatched from the home of his father's ex-girlfriend, Monica Sherrod, in the early hours of May 15th, before he was left bleeding out on a sidewalk. Bless his heart. The gruesome slaying shocked the neighborhood in southwest Dallas, where police asked residents to submit any home surveillance video to help the investigation. Brown is currently being held on charges of kidnapping and theft, with allegations against him likely to be upgraded. When neighbor Jose Alvarado checked his Ring doorbell camera for any clues in the case, he found something shocking. Video which appeared to show Brown lurking around his fence, which butts up against Monica Sherrod's, about 10 weeks before the abduction. He's just looking for any kid to kill. Okay, here's some pictures of him. Look at him. He's like spying. What a freaking weirdo. Okay, in the video provided to the Daily Beast, Brown is seen opening the gate to Alvarado's backyard and peering in before quickly walking away. It's really scary. Alvarado told the outlet, "I have 2 kids, 1 girl and 1 boy, and they play basketball in the backyard." The video emerged days after Monica recounted to DailyMail.com the moment she realized Cash had been abducted from the room he shared with his twin brother Carter at her home. Monica Sherrod, 35, broke down in tears on Tuesday as she entered the boy's bedroom for the first time since Cash's death. "I haven't touched a thing," the mother of 4 said in an emotional interview with DailyMail.com. "It's exactly as when Cash was last in here. I haven't been able to do this until now. It's breaking my heart, but I know I have to confront this." Monica invited DailyMail.com inside the twins' bedroom where their toys were still scattered across the floor, and the small white toddler bed they shared remained unmade since they last slept together. She looked around tearfully and was silent for a moment before saying, "I just couldn't face this before. The pain is so deep." Monica revealed Cash and Carter were the sons of her ex-boyfriend, Trevor Gernon, 31, who moved into their house on the 7500 block of Florina Parkway in February. "I don't think she had anything to do with this, guys." She told the DailyMail.com she began raising the boys as her own in March when Trevor, who had custody of the kids, suddenly fled after getting into legal troubles and has not been heard from since. Well, he put out a video up on his sister's Facebook yesterday, and this morning I read that he was court-ordered to rehab, and that's where he was at. This case is so freaking confusing. Okay, in the wake of Cash's death, Carter was said to have been reunited with his biological mother, Melinda Seagroves, who reportedly had been searching for her sons for an extended amount of time. "I loved those boys. They were not even my biological boys. I brought them into my home, and I made this room for them," Monica said. Well, I mean, at least she did give them a place to sleep, but they should have never been left there. But there's nothing we can do about it now. Pointing, she added, "There was a little tortoise for them. We put a lot of toys in here. Cash slept at one end of the crib and Carter at the other." I feel so bad for Carter. "This is a 6-bedroom house, and I put them together at the back of the house because I didn't want them to be alone. I wanted them together." Monica also replayed the home surveillance video of the abduction on her phone, which was revealed for the first time by DailyMail.com on Tuesday. She wept silently as she stood on the spot where the horror unfolded and watched it happening on screen. "This is hard to do. He, Brown, took him at 4:58 a.m. That's the time that he took Cash. And he came back for Carter. I can't really watch it." The chilling footage showed Brown creeping into the bedroom and snatching Cash, who had been sleeping peacefully next to his sibling. He was seen returning to the room about 2 hours later, when Cash would have already been dead, to apparently try to abduct the other, Carter, but eventually ended up fleeing. The early morning abduction was captured on home surveillance cameras, which Monica said she installed around the house because she was concerned about thefts in the neighborhood. Okay, that explains the cameras. DailyMail.com joined her as she retraced Brown's steps to show how he had forced his way into the house located in the Mountain Creek neighborhood of Dallas that fateful morning. Okay, we know the rest of what happened. So we're going to go back right now and we're going to listen to Trevor Gernon's statement again. I'm going to take it easy on him because he seemed like he was in pain. Let me go back to my history here. Unfortunately, he was in trouble. He, at the end of the video, he says, they want to like lock me up, and every parent deserves to grieve their child. But here's the thing: when you do the crime, you've got to do the time. In these circumstances, probably if he would turn himself in, a lot of times they will allow the person to go to a funeral of a close loved one. They've done it around here before. So what they do, they bring them in when nobody else is there. Of course, they're shackled and stuff, and they'll let them say their goodbyes. Okay, let me get to my video. This is a good thing I put this video up yesterday, because his sister deleted her Facebook. Hold on a minute. Hashtag. Okay. Let's screen share and listen to this statement. Chloe was sick, actually, when I put up this video, so I need to actually go back and listen. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Justice for Cash. Let's take a listen, guys.
Hello.
Hold on, let me mute.
My name is Trevor Gernon. I'm the father of Cash Gernon and Carter Gernon. I understand that all of you have questions, and I would like to take a moment to address the public. First, let me say that I do not wish this nightmare on any parent. You have no idea how hard it has been for all of us, or how hard it is to hold it together while everyone picks your family apart, family turning on another. All attention and time should be reserved for Cash. I want to thank you all for being so compassionate and motivated for justice. It is comforting to know that so many of you feel this loss too. So I will start by clarifying my absence. I knew Monica for a good few years before moving to the Dallas area. She was a single parent like me, so naturally I would ask her advice on local things. At the end of February, beginning of March, Monica offered her home and help, which I was thankful for. Being a single dad with twin 4-year-olds can be overwhelming from time to time. When I decided to move back to Houston after an unsuccessful job hunt, amongst other things, I felt it was in the boys' best interest to not disrupt their routine. They were comfortable. They were around other kids, and from what it appeared, Monica was a trustworthy person. This choice I made with best of intentions has resulted in the most horrific outcome. I have paid the most ultimate and painful of price for my poor judgment, and I have to live with this devastation every single day. I will never forgive myself. If I could, I'd go back and do everything different. This is a nightmare that doesn't go away once I open my eyes in the morning. Sorry. We just don't understand how this could happen to such a bright and cheerful kid. I'm sorry, I'm trying. I understand how Mindy and Connie could be upset and want to do and say things to me because he was in my care. If it had happened in her care, I'd unfortunately feel she held responsibility too. When you have to process and comprehend such violent tragedy, our grief blames others. It blames ourselves. Mindy, I am so sorry that I failed to keep him safe. That is my job as a dad, and I was not able to do that. and I'm sorry. To make matters worse, I have to fear for my freedom, as it is the goal of some to see me go to jail rather than grieve the loss of my little boy. All I want to do is have that one thing every parent deserves, to say goodbye and be with my son one last time before I return him home. I wish I could give you all of the answers, but I don't have all of them. I'm barely getting through a day that doesn't take me to a dark place. I miss my son. I miss my kids. I hope you all can understand how fragile we all are, and how quickly things can turn upside down. It makes you wish you spent more time. I'm sure that throughout this situation, there will be a lot of less than favorable things said and speculations towards everyone involved. I would hope that we can all cooperate and band together to make sure Cash gets the justice he deserves. He deserves to see us all united, the strong, loving family that we are. Thank you for all of your support and care, and thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to get my voice heard.
Okay, guys. Hey, Remy. Well, we all know we do not. Hold on a minute. None of us like this situation. None of us like the fact that these kids were left there in that home. But we can't change that. And I myself am going to try to focus on blaming the killer. There's a lot of things about this I don't like. I don't like how the kids were just left there. I don't like the end of his statement about going to jail. Like, I get that, but he got in trouble before Cash's murder, and he needs to do the right thing. Like I said, in certain circumstances, even, if someone's in custody, they will take them to a funeral when nobody's there. I know somebody that they brought from the jail and let them see their daddy say goodbye when nobody was there. They brought him in, shackled, and cuffed. He can't get out, and, he can't get out of that trouble because he lost his son. His son was murdered. But my heart goes out to him. Okay, let me get back to my chat here. Make sure I'm muted. I'm going to hold out too much judgment. I've gave my opinion a lot on this case. I don't think that the kids should have ever been in that home. But we can't change it. Oh, come on, Shame. He left his kids with the meth head at the house. I know it, Remy. I know it. I don't think they were actually broken up. Yeah, well, in his statement, he's saying, he was new to the area. He knew Monica, so he asked her, questions about parenting, blah, 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 whatever he said. But it was more than that. They were drug buddies. Let's be real. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I think, of course, there's drug use going on there. And she's in trouble for what? Breaking and entering. He's in trouble for it. I don't know. It's just a bad situation, guys. I really don't know what to say. I think this weirdo was looking for kids to kill. I got that picture saved. Let me pull it back up of him peeping through. It's just heartbreaking for everybody involved. I guess my opinion about it is I'm going to be easy on them, but the kids just should never been there, but we can't change it. Okay, let's zoom in. Look at him peeping through there. He was just looking for prey. He was out hunting. Seeing where he could get into. Freaking weirdo. He looks like he's on something too. Look at his eyes. I can't zoom in anymore. Poor little Cash. Also, I want to say something else. Of course, the parents have, oh my gosh, I'd say they're heartbroken. But just think about little Carter. Cash paid the ultimate price. And Carter's, paying too. Because he's lost his twin. His twin that he followed around everywhere. It's so heartbreaking. The two heartbreaking parts in the nanny cam footage is when Cash was took out of the bed, of course. But seeing Carter wake up and look for his twin. It was so heartbreaking. Mike, I wish someone was peeking through my fence like that. They wouldn't be there for long. I know it. It's a good idea to get one of those doorbell cameras, one of those ring things. I think I'm going to get one. My neighbor's got one on her back door, she told me. I don't know. I think the father disappeared and she wanted away with those kids. Yeah, we can't change it, but we can hold the fact that deserted his kids. Had he not done so, Cash may still be alive. I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. I know, Cheryl. I feel that way too. And I do feel bad for the father. I'm not going to lie. That's just the type of person I am, even though, like I said the other day, his hands are not clean. I'm just trying to take it easy on him because I know he's grieving. And I know he's going to have to live with this the rest of his life. I lost my train of thought. I'm just trying to take it easy on him because of that, even though I do blame him. Like I said, the boy should have never been left there. Cams are installed in and out of my house. Oh, I don't blame you. So how far was the woods? 8 miles? I don't know, Stacy. I'm not for sure. Did he walk there and then change clothes and then walk back again? I think that's exactly what he did. Remy said it was 8 blocks. Yes, I have mixed feelings too, Sunnyside. And I just need some more details. Like, I don't know. The father needs to be more honest. If you noticed in that statement, he didn't say anything about Monica being his girlfriend. If she wasn't his girlfriend and they were just friends, why'd she have those kids calling her mommy? Why'd she have them calling her mommy to begin with? Right? I don't like that, but we can't change that. Someone left a comment and they made a good point. The room was dirty and unkept, but she did give them a place to sleep and food. Hey, I will give her that. But there's clearly drug use going on. Her eyes was bugged out of her head in that interview. Unless she'd got thyroid problems. I don't think that's it. Was he on cam reading that written? No, he wasn't. He was just, it was a voiceover with pictures. And he done a voiceover. And his sister posted it to her Facebook. But now her Facebook's gone. And the video's gone. So I'm glad that I put that up. I did feel empathy and sympathy for him. I'm not going to lie. That's just the type of person I am. But that don't change the fact that I think that, the kids should have never moved in there to begin with. But now, for me, I'm going to try to start focusing on the killer and wait for some more facts to come out. Prayers for Cash's family, for his loved ones, all of them, especially little Carter. Prayers for the parents, the grandparents. It's just a sad situation. I'd say the dad will live with survivor's guilt the rest of his life. I can't imagine having that on my conscience. I went through something traumatic. I'm not going to get into it. And I live with it. That situation, what happened, on my conscience. And I have survivor's guilt. I'm not going to lie. So I do feel some sympathy and empathy for him, even though he done wrong. Y'all don't judge me. It's just the way I am. Oh, goodness. So, we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about Jennifer Dulos just a second. Since today marks the 2-year anniversary of her disappearance. By this time of morning, 2 years ago, Jennifer Dulos had been murdered. She had been attacked probably around 8:30 a.m. that morning by her husband, or estranged husband. He wasn't her damn husband, freaking weirdo. Let me screen share this. I got a couple things about her to screen share. I don't know what's going on with the case, but I've got an article. They need to get on with the trial and let's convict Michelle Troconis and Kent Malhenny. Okay, Monday marked 2 years since a mother from New Canaan disappeared. Jennifer Farber Dulos was last seen dropping her kids off on May 24th, 2019. Feared dead, police believed her estranged husband, Fotis Dulos, killed her. Fotis' former girlfriend and attorney were also suspected to be involved. Michelle Troconis, Fotis Dulos' ex-girlfriend, is scheduled to appear virtually in court this week. With the courts starting to ease their pandemic restrictions, though, Jennifer Dulos' family hopes closure can finally come sometime this year. Domestic violence advocates, meanwhile, are hoping for changes in state law. The family said they're moved by the continued interest in her case. They released a statement to mark Monday's date. Although this past year has understandably slowed the process, the investigation into Jennifer's death and disappearance is ongoing. After the courts reopen, the 2 people charged with conspiracy to murder will stand trial. Those 2 people are Kent Malhenny and Michelle Troconis. There's ugly-ass Kent. He got out on bond last fall. Both are out on bond. Kent was back in court just last week trying to remove his GPS monitoring ankle bracelet. His next court date is in July. What's up with these 2 weirdos going on about their GPS monitoring ankle bracelet? Get over it. You're lucky to be out on bond after what y'all did to Jennifer. And they knew exactly what Fotis was going to do to her that day. Okay, let me go ahead and read. Sorry, that makes me mad. They are such wusses. Michelle Troconis, who was in court virtually in February, also tried to get her ankle bracelet removed. Her attorney argued against the state's plans to combine all of her charges, which include tampering with evidence, into one case. Look, you have one case where it's more gruesome and the others aren't. It's more likely a jury is going to say, look at all these charges. You can put these cases together. If there is evidence of one, it's more likely going to convict of something just because I've combined it. That's the danger, Troconis' attorney Joe Schoenhorn stated. Outside the courtroom, Jennifer Dulos' case can be felt at the Capitol, where the Senate recently passed Jennifer's Law, which is also in memory of a Terryville mother, Jennifer Magnaneau. If it becomes law, it would add coercive control to the state's domestic violence laws. Connecticut Protective Moms, an organization that helps families going through family court, call it vital. Coercive control takes the entirety and the patterns of behavior and looks at it all. So maybe these deaths could possibly be preventable, Sue Shatney of Connecticut Protective Moms said. Michelle Troconis' hearing is set for Tuesday at 10 a.m. A vote hasn't set in the House yet for Jennifer's Law. Jennifer's Law needs to be all over the United States. There's got to be something done about these weirdos beating up on their partners and murdering them. And hey, Amanda, a lot of these women go seek help, and I'm going to share a case with y'all where a woman she went to get help 6 different times. Let me fix my chat first, though. Oh, y'all, don't forget, the Jennifer Dulos movie is coming out at the 1st of June. I'm a bad true crime YouTuber because I cannot remember the exact date. It's like the 6th or 7th. You can look it up. Okay. Now, y'all just chat away while I'm finding my stuff. I miss a lot in the chat, y'all, but just know I go back after I'm off my live stream. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so this young nursing student in New York City, she called 911 because her ex was trying to break into her apartment. The police came, nothing became of it. An hour later, the weirdo comes back, breaks into her apartment, and stabs her to death. She had been to get like 6 protective orders against him. Let me find my article here. Please tell me I saved that. If not, that's alright. Yeah, I did. Okay. This is by the New York Post. The system failed her. NYPD came to slain woman's home hours before she was killed. It's going to play a video. It's muted. Let me screen share this. This is so sad. She tried to get help. That's why I say this Jennifer's Law needs to be all over the United States. The NYPD showed up to a Harlem nursing student's apartment less than an hour before she was allegedly stabbed to death by her abusive ex-boyfriend because he was trying to break in. But instead of making an effort to find him or protect her in any way, they simply took a report and left, according to police sources in her family. Officers from Manhattan's 25th Precinct, where Alana Hardy, 27, had filed 6 previous domestic violence reports against Fernando Monero, were soon called back to the apartment Wednesday night, but it was too late. Monero had broken in through the fire escape after police left and stabbed her multiple times until she died. They should have put plainclothes officers out there or something, Hardy's uncle, Jared Hardy, told the Post by phone. There's so much politicization of violence now. All these people trying to release violent criminals. They're trying to destroy justice for victims, and they want to victimize people, and they're doing a good job with all their policies. Okay, Dorchen Leitholt, a domestic violence expert and director of Sanctuaries for Families Legal Center, who's been working with gender-based violence survivors for nearly 50 years, said it is inexplicable that the police simply left. The police should have been there. They should have looked for him. They should have assessed the danger and understood that this victim was at great risk of danger, and they should have stayed on the scene for at least an hour, she said. That's an inadequate response. This had risk of lethality written all over it. It's heartbreaking. I didn't say that right. The NYPD didn't return a request for comment about the criticism. Monero's abusive tendencies were obvious to anyone who knew the couple well. A neighbor who spent time with the pair told the Post he was known to be controlling and was recently abusing prescription medications and mixing it with alcohol. Madison Elder, Hardy's cousin, who said she was best friends with her their entire lives, told the Post that Monero was a classic abuser. He was making her cut off her friendships with other people. He would sometimes answer her phone for her. He wouldn't leave her alone, Elder said. Jared Hardy called Monero's alleged acts senseless violence. That bastard. He destroyed so much. Pure evil, the heartbroken uncle said through tears. All we can do is hope we get justice and that he'll never see the light of day again and he'll never be eligible for parole. Oh my gosh, she is beautiful, guys. Late Thursday, Hardy's family set up a GoFundMe page to help with their funeral expenses and the cost to transport her remains back to Arizona. Uh-oh. Yeah, open something up. Arizona, it's already raised over $10,000. Nursing student Alana Hardy in Instagram photos. Beautiful young lady. Lead Holt pointed to the documented history of violence between the couple, which was already known to police, and the fact that Manera lived in the same building as Hardy as more than enough reason for cops to stick around and protect her. They dropped the ball on this and she's dead. 7 calls to the police, escalating violence, multiple lethality, dangerous factors, and he appears that he lived in the building and the police didn't stick around to protect this victim. This is inconsolable or something. Unfortunately, law enforcement still to this day simply does not provide intimate partner violence victims with the same degree of protection it provides others. And I suspect that this had been a stranger incident or an incident that didn't involve an intimate partner, that the police would have provided a greater degree of protection. The system failed her. She says, it's not responding. She says Hardy's alleged murder should be a real wake-up call to the NYPD, and there needs to be change fast. I agree. Manera was already facing charges over a February incident where he allegedly held her prisoner in her apartment, stole her phone to prevent her from calling 911, and destroyed her belongings. In that case, prosecutors tried to hold him on bail following his arrest, pointing to his history of domestic incidents, but a judge released him on his own recognizance because state law prohibits jurists from factoring dangerousness into their bail decision. Well, that is dumb as hell. I can't believe they don't factor dangerousness into their bail decision. If there was a case in which bail should have been granted, it's this case. If there was a case in which bail should have not been granted, it's this case. That's what it meant. Had that happened, Alana Hardy very likely would be alive today. I have to agree with that. There's the apartment building. Maybe she couldn't. I was thinking, I wonder why she didn't move out of the apartment, but it's just not easy just to up and move sometimes. You know, it's expensive. You got to have like rent for another place first, last month's rent, maybe have a credit check, have to have your utilities turned on if it's not included. Bless her heart, prayers for her family. Definitely need to change their protocols when they respond to calls like that, especially in him living in the same apartment building with her and things. Let me go back to my chat here. Catch up. Hey, Ginger Locks Mom. My whole family. Okay. I'm just catching up with the chat. They give money to the criminals and sell a cell phone in New York City. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I can't believe that they didn't stake out her apartment. Hey, if they had done their job correctly, she would still be alive. And if that judge hadn't gave him bail, she'd still be alive. I mean, what the hell? They don't factor in dangerousness when they're setting bail? Well, by God, they need to. What the hell? Do they not got no damn common sense? Jesus mercy. Oh my gosh. I got another case I wanted to share with you. I'll never lose hope. Send it to me. Deanna Fuller. Pregnant. Left to die. Bleeding out on a lawn. By her boyfriend and her boyfriend's father. She's got a lot of kids, too. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. It's wanting to play a daggone video on me. Let's mute. We don't want to hear it. Well, we might watch the video. That way I don't have to read all this. Let's just watch it and see. What's going on with people murdering their partners? Let me see if I can get it.
Who also had a baby on the way.
Let me start it over. Let me close out some of my
Showing
tabs.
details from police about the Sunday night shooting death in Union City of a mother of 6 who also had a baby on the way. Police tell us that as she lay dying on the floor.
Okay. Must be going to storm outside my house, guys. It's not wanting to play it. I'm just going to read it. Okay. Living Alive has learned new details from police, chilling details about the Sunday night shooting in Union City of a mom of 6 who also had a baby on the way. Let me make sure I didn't mute myself. Okay. She also had a baby on the way. Police said Thursday that while the mom, Deanna Fuller, 31, was on the ground just outside her apartment, dying along with her unborn child, 2 people who were there, her boyfriend and the boyfriend's father, failed to help her, but instead left the apartment and left her there alone. Now police have an urgent request, help finding the boyfriend, Joshua Fisher. Deanna Fuller lived in a ground floor apartment at a complex on Hightower Road in Union City, along with Fisher, the father of their unborn child, and Joshua's father, the unborn child's grandfather. Sunday night, all the children except Fuller's youngest child were away. Just before 11 p.m., a man called 911. He stated that a young lady had been shot, and then the phone call disconnected, said Union City Police Detective Ronnie Allen. There's Deanna. The police report says that first responders found Deanna Fuller on the ground just outside the front doorway, apparently shot in the head, breathing but unresponsive. Police found a shell casing from a 9mm round on the grass nearby. Deanna's boyfriend and his father, along with the young child, were not there. Deanna and her unborn child died later at the hospital. Then Detective Allen said that while investigators were still at the apartment late Sunday night and into Monday morning, the grandfather of Deanna's unborn child returned home and told police that he had been there earlier asleep in his room. And when he woke up, he went outside and discovered Miss Fuller on the porch, and he and Joshua and the youngest child left the location and went to a birthday party, Detective Allen said. Police believe that one of the 2 men may have made the abrupt call to 911 as they were leaving her dying to go out to the party. The boyfriend's father is now facing charges. Deanna's infant and her other 5 children are now with relatives, and Detective Allen is asking for the public's help finding Fisher, so police can ask him about what happened. It was confirmed that Joshua was present at the apartment, so we really need to speak with him, Detective Allen said. Deanna's sister is asking online for donations for Deanna's funeral and for help for her 6 children. Deanna's friend from childhood, concerned for her own safety while the shooter is on the run, asking that her name not be used, said Deanna's children were told Thursday that their mother is gone. She was the most loving mother, her friend said, always protective of her kids and smiling. She was so happy that she had them. Very loving mother, very protective, and it's just absolutely devastating, and it's unreal. Detectives are hoping that once they find Fisher, they will begin to find the answers Deanna's children need now, almost as much as they need her. Police are asking anyone with information that could help locate Fisher to call the Union City Police Department, 770-515-7991. Hey, it takes a cold-hearted person to do that right there. Just leave somebody dying on the ground. And the grandfather, he is just as bad. How could you do that to someone? A mother, or anyone. It wouldn't matter if they were a mother, but a pregnant woman. A woman you're supposed to love and protect that you're having a baby with, and you just shoot her and leave her and your unborn child to just die? Hey, that's about as cold-hearted as they freaking get. Now, this didn't happen yesterday, Sunday. It was like Sunday before. It's when this happened. That article was from about 4 days ago. I actually saw that on Crime Online, and I let it slip my mind. And Never Lose Hope had sent it to me last night again, so I read it and wanted to share it with y'all. Prayers for her family. That is so sad. Okay, let me go down my true crime list. I had a bunch of crap here I was wanting to share with y'all. So we done Cash, Jennifer, Deanna, Alana. So a Utah man killed his wife because she said that she was going to leave him. Let me see what her name is. Chantel Smith, 49 years old. Her husband's name was Stephen Timothy Smith, 59 years old. I read this article, but I can't remember it all this morning. Some men and some women, they just, if they can't have you, nobody's going to have you. They can't stand it. These control freaks, these narcissists, when they lose control of their victim, it drives them insane. It drives them to kill. Okay, so here she is. Pretty. A Utah man allegedly shot and killed his wife late Friday night after she told him she was leaving him. Santa Clara Ivins public safety officers responded to a call late Friday about shots fired in Ivins, a suburb of St. George in southwestern Utah. Upon arrival, officers found the victim suffered from several gunshot injuries and was declared deceased on the scene. Stephen Timothy Smith, 59, was booked into jail early Saturday, charged with first-degree murder. Family members identified the victim as 49-year-old Chantel Smith. Police said they found Stephen Smith with blood on his hands and clothes and found a handgun with blood on the grip inside a closet inside Stephen Smith's bedroom. Several of the couple's children, ages 15 to 22, were at the home at the time of the incident, KJZZ reported. The station said that Smith, who waived his Miranda rights, told police he was angry with his wife when she told him she was leaving him. According to an arrest affidavit, he said he left the home, withdrew a large sum of money from an ATM, then returned and told everyone who wasn't family to leave. Smith told police he didn't remember anything that happened after he told everyone to leave, but a witness said he heard gunshots while outside and re-entered the house, where he saw the victim on the floor. The witness then observed Steve Smith walking away from the victim towards another room in the house. The witness also said he fought briefly with Smith. "I'm done," Smith allegedly told the witness. "I have nothing else." Witnesses said that Steve wandered around the home while they were attending to the victim. Damn wonder he didn't shoot the witnesses and everybody in the house. It's a dangerous time when you're trying to get out of an abusive relationship. I don't know if this was an abusive relationship. I'm assuming there's probably some mental, maybe physical abuse going on. There could have not been, but more than likely there probably were. It's so sad. Those poor kids. What ages? 15 to 22 years old. Hey, Always Love. Good morning. To witness that and hear it will stay with them forever. Oh, yes. Yeah, it will. My boyfriend committed suicide in front of me, and it ruined my life. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about it or blame myself. When it first happened, people told me it would get easier with time. It doesn't. You just learn to live with it. It's awful. It's awful to see someone in that shape. Okay, we don't want to get on that this morning. So, what else? I saw something about Chris Watts. I guess Chris Watts' birthday was a few days ago. Freaking weirdo. But I'm having deja vu about this article. This article says, Chris Watts, not a psychopath, says forensic psychologist. I'm going to read y'all this. Then I'll share the story with y'all, the video of that 14-year-old girl that left her baby with a woman in a restaurant. That at least she left it in a restaurant with somebody and didn't put it in the trash. Anyways, her parents are wanting that baby now. Okay, let me say this. Killer Chris Watts is not a psychopath, a forensic psychologist has claimed. Watch here. Should we watch it? Uh-oh, it's got to add. If it'll load it, we will watch it.
You light up my world.
Okay. Let me go back and screen share again. I was trying to let it load up here. Let's see what they're saying about this weirdo. Seems like I've read this before or something, though. Come on, we don't want to watch 90 Day Fiancé commercials. We want to watch the video. We know all about these weirdos. They're all weirdos on that show. I could have read this quicker than this crap. Okay. If it plays another ad, I'm going to get so mad. Here we go.
This case and why it's so compelling to people is that this just looks like the family next door. And we want to believe that Chris Watts is an absolute out-and-out psychopath because it makes us feel more comfortable. But he's not. There's nothing in his history whatsoever that points to him being a psychopath. And you don't become a psychopath on 1 or 2 days out of the year. He is an emotionally inadequate man. And emotionally inadequate men are part of the society that we live in. They are in our communities. And that is the thing that is truly unnerving about this case. He could be one of our neighbours.
Yeah. I agree he's an emotionally inadequate man. I agree about that. But, I mean, she's the professional. She says he's not a psychopath. I don't know if I agree with that or not. He's something. Maybe he's been a psychopath like all of his life. I mean, who knows? Okay, here's another article. Chris Watts spends 36th birthday in prison. He's an outcast. He's an outcast among the criminals. Well, we know that. He's always been an outcast. He was an outcast in real life, too. Shanann made him who he was. I mean, he was a complete weirdo. When she met him, a little nerd. A little dork. And he was also a chubby boy at one point during their marriage. And then he got on that Thrive and started getting in shape. I believe it went to his head. Okay, Chris Watts spending his 36th birthday in prison for murdering his pregnant. Okay, we know that. What day was this? May 16th? I guess that was his birthday. That's when this was put out. He says, Watts, who turned 36 today, can go for days without talking to anyone, the sources said. Even the guards shun him. He's probably the most hated man in that prison, the sources said, because he killed children. There's a definite pecking order in jail, and someone who hurts or kills kids is at the very bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're not going to read the whole article. We know why he killed his family. I just wanted to read y'all that. Killed his family because he wanted a freaking new life. He didn't want them no more. He wanted to go be with North Korea and Nicole Kessinger. That old ugly thing. Okay. So, I have the TikTok video of the lady holding that newborn baby the 14-year-old just walks in and gives her. What did I do with my TikTok video? Hold on, guys. I'll get it. Maybe I didn't save it. But we're going to play a video. Hold on. Let me screen share. Hey, at least you didn't put the baby in a dumpster. Hey, my mouse is froze. Okay, there we go.
A teenager desperate for help leaves her baby in the hands of strangers.
It happened at a restaurant in Jersey City this week, and as CBS News' Kevin Rincon reports, it was all caught on camera.
Not sure where to go or what to do, this 14-year-old girl decided to go into this restaurant. Seen here going to the counter with a sense of desperation.
She looks at me with these like really sad, terrified eyes, and she asked me for help.
That's when Elise Scott got up, sanitized her hands, and stepped in.
I sat down, I checked the baby's vitals, the heart rate was strong, but the breathing was really labored.
As she was helping the teenage mom, left. Luckily for Scott, she's had training in CPR and first aid, not to mention she herself is a mother of 3.
I was just so happy once I got the oxygen mask onto the baby and she started to cry, because that meant that, you know, she was going to be okay.
Scott's boyfriend, Walter, abandoned as a baby himself, was emotional.
Wow, this is, whoa. She's crying.
Oh, you're hungry. Oh, my goodness.
He captured the moment that newborn could be heard crying. Here at El Patron, the teamwork of a restaurant owner and a customer, that's created a special bond, knowing they help save a life.
There's been so many incidents where she could have put the baby in a trash can or left the baby with a stranger that would have done some harm to the baby.
She did the best thing she could do under the circumstances. You could have left the baby anywhere. He couldn't even be alive, but instead, she allowed the baby to have a second chance with at least somebody.
Police were able to catch up with that 14-year-old girl. She was taken to the hospital. She will not be charged. That's because of the state's safe haven law, which allows parents with babies up to 30 days after they're born to drop them off safely at a hospital, police station, or firehouse. In Jersey City, Kevin Rincon, CBS 2 News.
Incredible situation.
I removed myself from the stream. Hey, at least you did the right thing. I hope y'all could hear that. I'm going to share the TikTok video with y'all, though. I found it. My mouse got hung up, and I don't know if it was playing or not. But we got the video. I found this on TikTok.
Baby left. A woman hands her the baby and she runs.
They got like 6 parts up. I follow them on TikTok. But when the paramedics get there and they put oxygen on the baby then cries. And then the baby tries to suckle on the oxygen mask. So that was a good sign. It's a healthy baby. But now the 14-year-old's parents have come forward and they want the baby. I think I have that article too. I didn't read it. Let me see what it says. Update. Parents of desperate 14-year-old girl who gave newborn to stranger will take baby in. Oh, we got another little video we can watch about it. This is a good story. I mean, it had a happy ending, thank God. The baby was okay, is what I mean. It wasn't good that she gave birth by herself. Of course not. Well, I'm all froze up here. Let's see. Okay, the couple who were handed a newborn by a 14-year-old girl at a New Jersey restaurant on Wednesday said the teen parents are expected to take the baby in. The teen's parents are expected to take the baby in. In a Facebook Live broadcast, Elise Scott recalled the girl walking into El Patron restaurant in Jersey City and asking for help. Scott says the girl asked people behind the front counter for help, but no one responded. That's when Scott says she noticed the teen holding a baby wrapped in a towel. The teen let Scott see the baby so she could check her vitals. The baby had a color, but I just saw that the breathing was a little bit labored, Scott recalled, noting that the baby appeared as if she was in a deep sleep. Okay, let's just listen to her tell it.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, what a day.
We had the most interesting day. So for those who didn't catch Walter's live video, just a quick synopsis of what happened today. So sitting in a restaurant, getting ready to eat my lunch, and a young girl comes in and she says, I need help. She goes to the counter to get help, and no one is really responding to her. So I noticed that she has this baby wrapped up in a towel. And so I immediately get up and I said, well, would you mind if I check the baby's vitals? So she readily just handed the baby over to me. And the baby was alive. I could tell by even looking at the baby's neck. The heartbeat was really strong. But the baby just really wasn't like lively or like moving too much. Kind of like in a sleep state, but doing okay. The baby had color, but I just saw that the breathing was a little bit labored. So I was like, this baby needs oxygen. So the first and foremost I did was say, call 911. The mom, which I figured out was the mom because when I asked her what her name was, she, what? Huh? Oh, okay. So, I asked her what her name was. She gave me some fake name. I noticed that, she had some blood on her leg. So I kind of figured out that was her mom. But my main focus was on the baby. Once I looked down and started checking out to see if the baby was okay, the mom was out. She left. So for about 30 minutes, Walter and I were live and just talking to the baby, praying over the baby, just kind of recording like the events of everything that happened. I'm still in a bit of a state of shock that even happened. Like, out of the clear blue, it wasn't out of the clear blue sky because we know that God orders our steps, right? So, so here's the update. What's the update?
So, you guys, well, first let me say, all glory to God. This is not about us. This is not about us. This is about God putting people in a place to be of service.
Right.
And that's what it's about. So, to God be the glory. This is not about shaming that young lady. This is not about that.
Yeah.
Okay? So what it is about and what's going on, the update is simply this. The baby was taken to the hospital. The mother, they have the mother in custody. And the grandparents, the young lady's parents are aware of the baby being born, and diapers has to clear them in order to give them the baby. So far, that's what we have. And we'll try to find out more information and keep you guys updated. But once again, I must say, this is not about us. This is about God. I saw a lot of comments and a lot of people, asking really weird questions and making statements. One thing, please understand this. I was in a state of shock. Like, it's heartbreaking. Like, it really broke my heart. I have my own personal testimony in my life of abandonment, and to actually to see it, you know, it was devastating. It hurt so bad to see, but yet I'm so grateful to God to allow me and Elise to be there at that time.
Yeah.
Also, this is my lady. This is not just my friend. So I was at the City Shock. So nah, I'm just joking. Nonetheless, this is my lady. And I thank God for her. I thank God for you.
I thank God that for you. Honestly, we were not supposed to be eating in a restaurant, first of all.
So true.
I did not want to eat in the restaurant. I wanted to go back to his house and eat. But then the restaurant didn't have any A1 sauce. I cannot eat steak without A1 sauce. I don't care where the steak comes from. So anyway, that's beside the point. But he was kind enough to say, I'll go in my apartment and I will get steak sauce and I will bring it back to the restaurant. So that's how I ended up eating in the restaurant. And it's so awesome, babe, how God orders our steps, because he was not even supposed to be there. He got off of work early. I was getting my hair done. And I said, well, I was going to go to the barber, and I changed my mind. I was hungry, and I just was really, really hungry. And so it's like, I don't know if it was like the urgency to eat, but I had like just this urgency I needed food, and I needed it like now. Like, I don't want to wait. I have to eat. What were you going to say?
I was nervous. No.
But you could have easily said, okay, well, we just eat in the house, forget the A1 sauce. But he was such a servant. He was so kind. He was kind enough to say, oh, I'll go to my house. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like equivalent of hot sauce in your bag.
I ain't want no problem. So, nonetheless.
So update on the baby. Yeah. The baby is doing great. All the baby's vitals are the baby is thriving. Come to find out, the mom of the baby I'm not going to disclose her name, was only 14 years old. So we have to be I didn't know that she was 14 years old when she dropped the baby off to me. But we have to just be so compassionate. Like, God gives us compassion for others. We don't know what she went through. We don't know how she ended up in that state. I don't know if I'll ever see her again. But I do know this. I do know that God positions us. Yes. And God places us strategically where we need to be, when we need to be there, in order for us to be a blessing to others. And like Walter said, like, we just give God all of the glory that he was able to use us as vessels to be able to get this baby the help that she needed. It is a girl, by the way. It's a girl. Yeah. I thought she was awfully pretty. I wasn't quite sure, but yeah, the baby's a girl. We will not be taking the baby. The baby has grandparents, like we said before. I'm telling you, for 30 minutes, I fell in complete love. Like, the baby, oh my gosh. Was she not the most precious thing in the world? Yeah. And when she started to cry, I was like, thank you, Jesus, because her breathing was just labored. So I'm so happy that she cried, and she, I just thank God that now the mom is going to get the proper, parenting skills. Like, I'm just happy that she, even though what the enemy meant for evil, God was even setting her up.
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed.
Okay, guys, we get the point. Hey, they seem like a wonderful couple. If you guys want to watch the rest of their live stream, it's like about 10 minutes long. And I have got to be getting off here. I got some things I've got to do, but let me get this link here. If you guys want to finish watching their stream, I just wanted to watch a little bit of it and see what they had to say. And they are right. God puts you strategically where you're supposed to be. It's happened to me before, like when we saved a out in the middle of the road. Actually, we were on our way to my grandmother's house for Christmas Eve, and when we left, I had actually forgotten something. And if I hadn't forgotten that, we might not have passed that out in the middle of the road at that time, Okay, let me look at my chat. Let me catch it up here. Catch up, chat. I'm going to have to refresh it, guys. Let me refresh it. I'm going to say bye to y'all and see what y'all are saying. I'll probably be live this evening if Chloe, my little Yorkie's not coughing and not feeling bad. She's not doing too good. Her coughing's increased a lot. The medicine's not seeming to help. I've been giving her homemade breathing treatments with my little steam machine I got to steam clothes with. I've got it fixed up. I'd record someone if they handed me a baby. Oh, yeah, I would have recorded it too. They've got like 6 parts to it up on their TikTok. And I don't blame them for recording it. And I'm not going to be hard on the teenage girl because I'd say she was scared and stuff. And, hey, at least she took the baby to somebody and didn't discard it like a lot of these we read about. Hell, we have read about people up in their 20s having babies and discarding them. This girl was only 14 and she did the right thing. Sorry she had to, I feel bad for her having to go through that by herself. But hopefully she'll be reunited with her baby. Because the parents want the baby. Her parents do. But anyways, guys. Oh, thank you, always, love. Yeah, I'm getting ready to lose Chloe. It's going to be hard on me. She's so sick, and we've done everything. We can't make her better. She just coughs, coughs, coughs. So, and just know, guys, if I ever say, like, hey, I'm going to do a live stream in the evening, and I don't do it, there's something up with Chloe, or something else has come up, but more than likely, it's Chloe. Because I like doing the porch chats, but if she's coughing and stuff, I just don't do them. You know, I'll just hang out with her. But anyways, oh yeah, guys, remember this weekend we're going to be tie-dyeing shirts. Probably Friday and Saturday night. I think I want to do it 2 nights. I'll get everything prepped before my live stream, of course. Sapphire's supposed to come up and tie-dye shirts with me too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And Wednesday night is channel members live stream. We'll probably do ghost stories that night. That hurts my heart. Oh, thank you, always, love. Yeah, I'm having a hard time dealing with it, guys, because I know it's coming time for Chloe to pass away. I don't know how much longer she can go on like this. I can't let her go on living like this. Just can't. It's miserable. She gets so tired after she coughs. But anyways, just say prayers for Chloe and say prayers for Smokey. I was up last night with him too. He's blind as a bat, and he was like trying to walk into the refrigerator and in between the cabinet. It was so weird. I don't know what he was trying to do. Anyways, I had to just pick him up and take him to bed. It's rough on me, guys. It's rough on me. With my dogs being sick and getting ready to lose them. I won't be there for his porch time. I'm not getting notified until live's over. Can you put the time in Discord? Yes, I always love. In Discord, there is a room called CC's Court. You should be able to get into it. Anytime I post a video, it posted in that room. But I will start posting it in the general Discord in the living room. Thank you, Nika. You will know when it's time. Yeah. Mark said he had a feeling she might pass away this weekend when he was gone. I was like, God, I hope not. But if she does, his mom and dad's going to come and get her. Take her and bury her up like Granny Wilma, we decided. And I'm not going to go with them. I can't. I probably have a nervous breakdown, guys. I'm telling you, I'm going to need y'all. We'll probably dive heavy into true crime if I lose one of my dogs or both of them. Heavily into true crime. I'll have to have something to take my mind off of it, that's for sure. My dogs are like kids to me. Like I've got, my son, but my dogs are also my kids too. Of course, I love my son the most, just different love, you know what I mean. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Remember my fur babies in your prayers. And I'll probably see y'all this afternoon for some coffee on the porch. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind. And peace. Oh, thank you, Lisa Irwin. Thank you, always, love. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best.